All right, so we're going to start in child's pose today. Bring your big toes together to touch. Open your knees out wide to the outside of your hips. Walk your hands forward along the floor. Drop your forehead into the ground. Completely relax the weight of your head into the floor. Sitting back onto your heels. Come into your breath. So on your inhale, breathe into your belly. Really fill up your belly. And then fill up your lungs. Exhale, empty out your lungs, empty out your belly. Again, inhale, fill up your belly, fill up your lungs. Exhale, empty out your lungs, empty out your belly. And again, inhale, fill up your belly, fill up your lungs. Exhale, empty out your lungs, empty out your belly. Just relaxing down, settling into this child's pose. Continue to breathe deeply. Shift into your tabletop position. Make sure your wrists are right underneath your shoulders, knees right underneath your hips. Coming into cat-cow. Inhale, cow pose, drop your belly, lift your chest, look up. Exhale, cat pose, round your back, draw your belly button back towards your spine, press your palms into the ground. Inhale, cow pose, drop your belly, lift your chest, look up. Exhale, cat pose, round your back. Inhale, cow pose, drop your belly, lift your chest. Exhale, cat pose, round your back. Inhale, cow pose, drop your belly, lift your chest. Exhale, cat pose, really press your palms into the ground. Return to your neutral spine, tabletop position, shifting into thread the needle. So take your right arm, thread it directly underneath your left, drop down to your right shoulder and your right ear. Completely drop the weight of your head into the ground. Continue to breathe deeply. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, deep breath in. And full breath out, empty out. Return back to your tabletop position and switch sides. So take your left arm this time, thread it directly underneath your right, drop down to your left shoulder and your left ear. 3 deep breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, deep breath in. And full breath out, empty out. Return back to your tabletop position. And just step back to your high plank. Pause here for a moment. Draw your belly button back towards your spine. Activate your quads. Wrists right underneath your shoulders. Deep breath in. Breath out. Downward facing dog. Shift your hips up and back. Send your weight into your legs. Drive your heels into the ground. Roll your shoulders open and away from your ears. Let your gaze fall between your legs, so drop the weight of your head down. Deep breath in and breath out. And again, inhale, exhale. One more time, breath in and breath out. Inhale, look forward to your hands. Exhale, walk your feet forward to your forward fold. Bend your knees as much as you need to completely relax your belly all the way onto your thighs. Come into ragdoll variation with the arms, so grab opposite elbows. Let your biceps frame your face. Drop your upper body down. Continue with your deep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, deep breath in and full breath out, empty out. And you'll stay in your forward fold, coming into a twist variation. So straighten out your right leg, slightly bend your left leg. Keep your left palm down on the ground, reach your right arm up, looking over your right shoulder towards the ceiling. 3 deep breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Deep breath in and breath out. Release your right arm down to the ground. Switching sides, so straighten out your left leg. Slightly bend your right. Keep your right palm on the ground. Reach your left arm up. Look over your left shoulder towards the ceiling. And again, 3 deep breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, breath in and breath out. Release your left palm down to the ground. One more inhale and full exhale. Bring your feet together to touch. Bend your knees deeply. Slowly roll all the way up to standing. We'll come into a sun salutation variation here. So bring your palms together to touch, hands at heart center. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up, reach up, look up. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive forward, keep a long straight spine. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen out your spine, bring your palms to your shins. Exhale, low lunge, palms to the ground, step your left foot back, drop your left knee to the ground. Inhale, lengthen out your spine. Exhale, sit deeper. Inhale, palms together to touch, reach up, look up. Exhale, pause here, sit deeper. Inhale, reaching long. Exhale, bring your palms to the ground, step your right foot back, high plank. 1 deep breath in. Breath out, downward facing dog, shift your hips up and back. Full inhale and exhale. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, modified chaturanga, drop your knees to the ground. Slowly lower all the way to your belly, keeping your elbows by your sides. Inhale to a full upward facing dog. Pause here, continue to breathe. Press the tops of your feet into the ground to lift your thighs off the floor. 1 more breath in. Breath out, downward facing dog. Send your weight back into your legs, drive your heels into the ground. 1 breath in and breath out. Inhale, low lunge, step your right foot forward in between your hands. Exhale, drop your left knee to the ground. Inhale, palms together to touch, reach up, look up. Exhale, forward fold, bring your palms to the ground. Step your left foot forward to meet your right. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen out your spine, palms to your shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise back up, reverse swan dive, reach up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more time on the other side. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up, reach up, look up. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive forward, long, straight spine. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen out your spine. Exhale, low lunge, palms to the ground. Step your right foot back this time. Drop your right knee to the ground. Inhale, lengthen out your spine. Exhale, sit deeper. Inhale, palms together to touch, reach up, look up. Exhale, pause here, sink deeper. Inhale, lengthen out your spine, reach up. Exhale, coming to your high plank, bring your palms to the ground, step your left foot back. Pause here for one inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Really drive your heels down into the ground. Deep breath in, breath out. Inhale to your high plank. Exhale, modified chaturanga, drop your knees down. Slowly lower to your belly, keep your elbows by your sides. Inhale, full upward facing dog. Pausing here, continue to breathe. Roll your shoulders open, make sure your chest is expanded. One more breath in, breath out, downward facing dog. Press your palms fully into the ground, breathe here, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, low lunge, step your left foot forward in between your hands. Exhale, drop your right knee down to the ground. Inhale, palms together to touch, reach up, look up. Exhale, forward fold, palms to the ground, step your right foot forward to meet your left. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise back up, reverse swan dive, long straight spine. Exhale, return your hands to heart center. Moving into a sun salutation B. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up, reach up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to your high plank, bring your palms to the ground, step your feet back, lower down to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One inhale, and exhale. Inhale to low lunge, step your right foot forward in between your hands. Exhale, drop the sole of your left foot down onto the ground. Angle your left foot about 45 degrees out. Inhale, rise up to warrior one. Reach your arms overhead. Make sure your right knee is directly over your right ankle. Your right toes are facing the front of the room. One more breath in. Breath out, shift into warrior two, so open your hips out towards the left. Your right knee is angling over your right toes. Arms out by your sides, gaze over your right shoulder. Continue to breathe deeply. One more inhale. Exhale, sink deeper. Deep breath in, reverse your warrior, drop your left arm down, reach your right arm up, look up towards the ceiling. Exhale, chaturanga, windmill your arms down to either side of your front foot, step your right foot back, lower all the way down, elbows by your sides. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. And breath out. Inhale, low lunge, step your left foot forward in between your hands. Exhale, drop the sole of your right foot down onto the ground. Again, angle your right foot out about 45 degrees. Inhale, warrior one, rise up to standing. Pause here, continue to breathe. And again, make sure your left knee is right over your left ankle. Your left toes are facing towards the front of the room. One more deep breath in. Breath out to warrior two. Open your hips up towards the right. Gaze over your left shoulder. Your arms are out in line with your shoulders. Deep breathing here. One more inhale. And exhale, sink deeper. Inhale, reverse your warrior. So drop your right arm down, reach your left arm up, look up over your left shoulder towards the ceiling. And exhale to your chaturanga, so windmill your arms down to either side of your left foot. Step your left foot back to high plank, slowly lower down, elbows by your sides. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in and breath out. Inhale, look forward to your hands. Exhale, forward fold, step, jump, or hop forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen out your spine, palms to your shins. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise back up, reverse swan dive, reach up, look up. Exhale, return your hands to your heart center. We'll repeat this one more time, a little bit faster. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up, reach up, look up. Exhale, swan dive forward, long straight spine, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen out your spine, palms to your shins. Exhale, chaturanga, step your feet back, lower down, elbows by your sides. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, shift your hips up and back. Inhale, low lunge, step your right foot forward in between your hands. Exhale, drop the sole of your left foot down, angled out 45 degrees. Inhale, warrior one, rise up to standing. Exhale, open out right away into warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior, left arm down, right arm up. Exhale, chaturanga, windmill your arms down. Step your right foot back, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, send your hips up and back, drive your heels down into the ground. Inhale, low lunge, step your left foot forward in between your hands. Exhale, drop your right foot down, about 45 degrees out. Inhale, warrior one, rise up, biceps by your ears. Exhale, warrior two, open out to the side, arms out in line with your shoulders. Inhale, reverse your warrior, right arm down, left arm up. Exhale, chaturanga, windmill your arms down. Step your left foot back, lower down, elbows by your sides. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in and breath out. Inhale, look forward to your hands. Exhale, step, hop, or jump forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reverse swan dive up, reach up, look up. Exhale, return your palms to heart center. We'll repeat a sun salutation, just adding in a couple of poses. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up, reach up, look up. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive forward, long straight spine. Inhale, halfway lift, palms to your shins. Exhale, chaturanga, step your feet back, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, breath out. Inhale, step your right foot forward, low lunge. Exhale, drop the sole of your left foot down, angled 45 degrees out. Inhale, warrior one, rise up to standing. Exhale, warrior two, open out. Inhale, reverse your warrior, left arm down, right arm up. Exhale, side angle pose, so drop your right forearm to your right thigh. Reach your left arm up towards the ceiling, gaze over your left shoulder, looking up. And make sure there's space in between your right ear and your right shoulder. So lift up and out of your forearm. Make sure you don't have too much weight in your right forearm. Really pressing down through the soles of your feet, active in your core. Breathe deeply here. Make sure your right knee is guided out towards your right middle toe, towards the front of the room. And inhale, rise back up to your warrior two. Exhale, windmill your hands down onto either side of your front foot, coming into that low lunge again. Make sure both toes are facing towards the front of the room. And coming into lizard pose here. So walk your right foot to the outside of your right palm. Really hug your right knee in towards your right shoulder. Straightening out your left leg. You're on the ball of your back foot. Drop down onto your forearms. An option to stay here or to come into a more advanced variation. So drop down onto your back knee. Roll to the outer edge of your right foot, opening your knee out. Place your right palm to the inside of your knee and just use a little bit of gentle pressure with your palm to open your knee out, getting into a deeper hip stretch here. You're twisting just slightly towards the right. Your gaze is over your right shoulder towards the ceiling. Breathing deeply. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, breath in and full breath out. Really empty out your lungs, empty out your belly. And slowly shifting out of this back into your low lunge. Bring your palms back onto the ground. Walk your right foot back in between your hands. Step your right foot back to high plank. Breath in. Breath out. Chaturanga. Slowly lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One deep breath in and full breath out. Inhale, look forward to your hands. Exhale, step, hop, or jump forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen out your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Reach your arms out and up, look up. Exhale, return your hands to heart center. We'll repeat this one more time on the other side. Breath in and breath out. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, send the crown of your head towards the front of the room. Exhale, chaturanga, step your feet back, lower down, keep your elbows by your sides. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Really send your weight into your legs, lifting those hips up and back. Inhale, low lunge, step your left foot forward in between your hands. Exhale, drop the sole of your right foot down onto the ground, angle your foot out about 45 degrees. Inhale, warrior one, rise up, biceps face your ears. Exhale, warrior two, open your hips out towards the right, gaze over your left shoulder. Inhale, reverse your warrior, right arm down, left arm up. Exhale, side angle pose. Drop your left forearm to your left thigh. Reach your right arm up overhead. Gaze over your right shoulder towards the ceiling. Continue to breathe deeply here. And again, check in with your left arm. Make sure you don't have too much weight in your left forearm, allowing space between your left shoulder and your left ear. Guide your left knee out towards your left middle toe, towards the front of the room. Continue to breathe. Really press the soles of your feet down into the ground. Inhale, rise back up, warrior two. Exhale to your low lunge, windmill your arms down, place your palms on either side of your left foot, both toes facing directly towards the front of the room. Coming into lizard pose again, so walk your left foot to the outside of your left palm. Hug your left knee in towards your left shoulder, straightening out your right leg. Drop down onto your forearms, and again, option to stay here or to come into the more advanced variation. So drop your right knee onto the ground, roll to the outer edge of your left foot so that your left knee opens up. Place your left palm to the inside of your left knee, just using a little bit of pressure on your leg to open your hip up a little bit more. Twisting gently to the left, looking over your left shoulder towards the ceiling. 3 deep breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Breath in and full breath out. Return back to your low lunge, so come onto your palms. Walk your left foot back in between your palms. Inhale, step back to high plank. Exhale, chaturanga, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, really lengthen out your spine. Breath out, drive your heels down into the ground. Inhale, look forward to your hands. Exhale, step, hop, or jump forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reverse swan dive, reach your arms out and up, look up. Exhale, return your hands to heart center. 1 deep breath in and breath out. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up, reach up, look up. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen out your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Shifting into garland pose here. So open your feet out past hip width distance. You're going to angle your toes outward about 45 degrees, so they'd be hanging off your mat if you have one. And then you're just going to squat down, sending your hips down towards the ground. Bring your elbows to the insides of your thighs. And you're going to bring your palms together to touch, hands at heart center. Roll your shoulders open, make sure your chest is nice and broad. Really press your feet down into the ground so that you lift your hips up a little bit rather than sinking down. Your legs are active. You can use a little bit of pressure in your elbows to gently open your legs out. Sitting up nice and tall, continue to breathe deeply here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, deep breath in and breath out. Release back forward into your forward fold. And move your feet back to hip width distance apart. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Step your feet back, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. And breath out. Coming into Baddha Konasana, so that's a seated position, angle pose, also known as butterfly pose. Bring the soles of your feet together, let your knees drop open wide. Sit up nice and tall, shoulders over your hips. Grab your ankles with your hands and begin to slowly lean forward, keeping a nice long straight spine. Option to use your elbows to just gently press into your thighs, pressing your knees down closer towards the floor. Deep breath in and breath out. Round forward, bring your nose towards your toes, walk your hands out in front of you against the floor. And then you're going to shift over to your right, so walk your hands over to the right side. Trying to drop your forehead down onto the ground, tucking your chin in towards your chest. 3 deep breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, deep breath in. And full breath out. Switching sides, walk your hands back through the center and over to the left side of your body. And again, drop your forehead down into the ground. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, breath in and breath out. Walk your hands back to center. Return your hands to your ankles, rise back up. Coming into a forward fold, so just hug your knees in towards your chest. Use your peace fingers to grab your big toes. Keeping a nice long spine with your belly on your thighs, begin to slowly scoot your hips back, straightening out your legs as much as you're able to while keeping your belly completely on your thighs and your spine nice and long. 4 breaths here. Inhale, straighten out that spine. Exhale, relax a little bit deeper into this stretch. Inhale, lengthen out your spine. Exhale, release deeper. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release deeper. One more time, breath in and breath out. Slowly rise back up. And coming into a hip stretch, so this is called cow face pose. You're going to bend your knees in and cross your right leg over your left. You're stacking your knees right on top of each other, and your shins are out in one line. So nice long straight line from your right ankle through to your knees over to your left ankle. Reach your right arm up. You're going to reach your right palm in between your shoulder blades. Your left arm reaches behind you to clasp your fingers together to touch. Sit up nice and tall, and then begin to slowly lean forward, again keeping that long straight spine. Deep breathing here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Breath in. Breath out. Slowly rise back up. Lengthen your legs out nice and long in front of you. Switching sides here. So cross your left leg over your right this time. And again, stack your knees, one right on top of the other, making sure your shins are in one long line from your right ankle through your knees over to your left ankle. Reach your left arm up overhead. Drop your left hand down behind you in between your shoulder blades. Reach your right arm behind you to clasp your hands together. Sitting up nice and tall. Deep breath in, lengthen out your spine. Breath out, begin to slowly lean forward, keeping that long, straight spine. And just pausing here, continue with that deep breathing. Feel free to return to that 5-count breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Deep breath in. Really fill up your belly and lungs. Breath out. Slowly rise back up. Lengthen your legs out. Nice and long in front of you, sitting up nice and tall. Coming into a forward fold variation. So draw your right knee in towards your chest. Reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. And then lean forward. Hook your right bicep around your right shin. Reach your right arm behind you, your left arm behind you, and clasp your hands together. Really round your back and drop your chin towards your chest. Make sure your left leg is nice and long against the ground and your left foot is flexed. Continue with your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Breath in and breath out. Empty out. Slowly rise back up. Lengthen your right leg long in front of you. And switching sides here, so draw your left knee in towards your chest. And again, make sure your right leg is nice and long against the ground and your right foot is flexed. Reach your left arm up overhead this time. Begin to lean forward and hook your left bicep around your left shin. Reach your left arm behind you, your right arm behind you, and clasp your hands together. Round your back. Tuck your chin towards your chest. And again, really use your left arm to hug your left knee in towards your rib cage. Breathe deeply. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Deep, full breath in. And full breath out. Really empty out. And slowly rise back up. Lengthen your left leg nice and long in front of you. And we'll switch into another hip stretch here. This is fire log pose. So start in that butterfly pose, so draw the soles of your feet together to touch and drop your knees open towards the ground. You'll cross your right leg over top of your left and stack your shins one right on top of the other. Just kind of scoot your hips back so that you're able to sit up nice and tall, shoulders over your hips. And the goal here is actually to touch your right knee to your left foot. Now, granted, your knee may be closer towards your chest. That's perfectly fine. Just pause, honor wherever you are in this posture today. If you're able to, you can begin to lean forward with that long, straight spine. Inhale, lengthen out your spine, sitting tall. Exhale, lean forward a little bit more. Inhale, lengthen out your spine. Exhale, lean forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lean forward. Deep breath in, lengthen out your spine. Breath out, lean forward. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, sit deeper into the posture. And then go ahead and rise back up. Lengthen your legs out long in front of you, sitting tall. And switching sides here, so draw the soles of your feet together to touch, knees out wide. Cross your left leg over your right this time. Stack your shins one on top of the other. And scoot your hips back. So you can sit up nice and tall, again, shoulders over your hips. Goal here again is to get your left knee down to your right foot. Perfectly okay if your knee is closer towards your chest. Just be wherever you are. Continue to breathe deeply. Inhale, lengthen out your spine. Exhale, lean a little bit more forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lean forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lean forward. Deep breath in, long spine. Breath out, lean forward. One more time. Breath in, long spine. And breath out, sitting deeper into this posture. And slowly rise back up. Lengthen your legs out, nice and long in front of you. Sitting up nice and tall, shoulders over your hips. And we're going to switch into a camel pose. So coming onto your knees, you're going to sit up tall over your knees. Make sure your knees are right underneath your hips. Your legs are directly behind you. Place your palms to your lower back, fingers facing up towards the ceiling. Really reach your elbows behind you. And you're going to begin to lean backwards. So rather than sinking into your lower back, you'll want to lead with the crown of your head lifting up first and then backwards. Option to, stay where you are, or you can grab your ankles with your hands, really dropping your head behind you. Continue to breathe deeply. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in. Breath out. One more time. Deep breath in. And full breath out. Return your hands to your lower back. Slowly rise back up. Sit down onto your heels. You're going to pause here for one full deep breath in and breath out. shifting back into downward facing dog. So place your palms on the ground, step your feet back to high plank, breath in and breath out, downward dog. Full breath in, really fill up your lungs, and breath out. Shifting into a half pigeon pose here. So you're going to draw your right knee in towards your chest, shifting into a kind of high plank with your right leg off the ground. And you're going to aim your right ankle towards your left wrist, right knee towards your right wrist, sitting down onto the outer edge of your right shin. And you're just going to guide your hips down towards the ground. Your left leg is straight behind you. Make sure your right knee is to the outside of your right hip. Chest nice and broad. Option here is to stay seated where you are with your chest up, or you can begin to lean forward, walking your hands down against the ground, aiming your forehead down towards the floor. And we're actually going to take 10 deep breaths here, really getting into this nice deep hip stretch. Now I'll allow you to breathe in your own time, so counting those 10 breaths yourself. And just make sure if your mind begins to wander, return back to that breath. And you can use that 5 count breath again, inhaling for 5 while you fill up your belly and fill up your lungs, and exhaling for a count of 5 while you empty out your lungs and empty out your belly. With every exhale, try to just release into this pose a little bit further. Notice if you're still carrying tension in your hips or anywhere else, maybe your chest, your neck, your thighs. Relaxing that tension with every breath out. And slowly rise back up, walking your hands back by your sides, stepping back to your high plank. Breath in, breath out, downward facing dog. Just begin to pedal through your feet, loosening up your lower back, your hips, and then just settle into your downward dog. Deep breath in and breath out. Switching sides here, so draw your left knee in towards your chest and then aim your left ankle towards your right wrist, your left knee towards your left wrist, dropping down to the ground, sending your hips to the floor. Your right leg is directly behind you. The top of your right foot is facing down onto the ground. And make sure again that your left knee is to the outside of your left hip. An option to stay here sitting upright with a nice broad chest. Other option, begin to lean forward, walking your hands down on the ground out in front of you, relaxing your forehead onto the ground. And again, 10 full deep breaths here, counting in your own timing. If you finish before I prompt you to rise back up and move into downward dog, that's perfectly fine. You can hang out in your downward dog or child's pose, whatever feels good for you. If you did the 5-count breath on the first side, practice that again on this side so you can even things out. Breathing in deeply for that count of 5 as you fill up your belly and fill up your lungs. And breathing out deeply for a count of 5 as you empty out your lungs and empty out your belly. Check in on this side if you're carrying any extra tension in your neck, your shoulders, your chest, your hips, your thighs. Releasing that a little bit more with every breath out. Really focus on the present moment here. So again, allowing your breath to return you back into the present, being here in this posture. And just a gentle reminder to continue to focus on your breath, allowing your body to release a little bit further into this posture with every exhale. Slowly rise back up, walking your hands back by your sides. Shifting into your downward dog, so step your left foot back into high plank, deep breath in, and breath out, downward facing dog, pedaling through your feet again, loosening up your lower back and your hips, and settle into your downward dog for 2 full breaths here, and just notice if your body feels any different in this downward dog compared to the first downward dog you did in your practice today. Shifting onto your back, so drop down onto your knees, swing around to seated, and slowly roll down onto your back. We'll come into a bridge pose here, so soles of your feet down on the ground, ankles directly underneath your knees are up towards the ceiling. Arms by your sides, palms facing down, and begin to lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Option to stay here with your arms, or you can clasp your hands together underneath you, roll your shoulders a little bit further underneath to lift your hips higher. And you'll take 4 deep breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. Breath in. Breath out. Deep breath in, lift your hips. And breath out. You can release your arms from underneath you and slowly lowering back down onto the ground. You'll come into Supta Baddha Konasana, that's reclined bound ankle pose or reclined butterfly. So bring the soles of your feet together, drop your knees open towards the ground. Just allow gravity to do its work here, dropping the weight of your body into the floor. Bring your left hand to your heart center, right hand to your belly. Coming into that 5-count breath again. So inhale for a count of 5. Really fill up your belly. Fill up your lungs. Exhale for a count of 5. Empty out your lungs. Empty out your belly. Inhale for 5. Fill up your belly. Fill up your lungs. Exhale for 5. Empty out your lungs. Empty out your belly. Again, inhale for a count of 5. Fill up your belly. Fill up your lungs. Exhale for 5. Empty out your lungs. Empty out your belly. We'll shift into a figure 4 pose, so bring the soles of your feet back down on the ground, knees facing up. You'll cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Clasp your hands together underneath your left leg, gently pulling on your hamstring to draw your knees towards your chest. Make sure your upper body is dropped down into the ground, both shoulder blades on the floor. 3 deep breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, deep breath in. And full breath out. Keep your legs exactly where they are. You're going to open your arms up by your sides, in line with your shoulders. Your legs stay in this figure 4 position. You're just going to drop your legs over to the left side of your body, so the sole of your right foot comes down on the ground. Your right knee is facing up towards the ceiling. Make sure both shoulder blades are relaxed down into the floor. Option to stay here, or you can grab your right ankle with your left hand and grab your left ankle with your right hand. Continue to breathe deeply. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, breath in and full breath out. Really empty out your lungs and belly. And rise your legs back up. Return the soles of your feet back down onto the ground. We'll switch sides here. So cross your left ankle over your right thigh and clasp your hands together underneath your right leg, gently pulling on your hamstring to draw your knees in towards your chest. And again, relaxing your upper body fully down onto the ground. 3 deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Deep breath in and breath out. Keep your legs where they are. You're just going to open your arms out by your sides, in line with your shoulders. Dropping your legs over to the left, to the right side this time. You'll drop the sole of your left foot all the way down onto the ground. Your left knee is facing up towards the ceiling. Remember to check in with your shoulder blades, pressing both shoulder blades down onto the floor. Your neck is nice and long. Your gaze is still up, facing the ceiling. Option here to grab your left ankle with your right hand and grab your right ankle with your left hand. Whatever variation you did on the first side, do the same thing on this side. You want to even things out. 3 breaths here. Inhale. and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, deep breath in, filling up your belly and lungs. Breath out, emptying out your lungs and belly. Rise your legs back up and release the soles of your feet back down onto the ground. Hug your knees in towards your chest. You're going to grab opposite elbows, forearms are around your shins, and gently use your arms to pull your knees in towards your chest. Relax your body down into the ground so your full spine is pressing into the floor, your lower back, mid back, upper back. And just switch grips here. So if one arm was on top of the other, just switching which arm is on top. And again, gently pulling your legs in towards your chest, relaxing your spine into the ground. One more breath in. And breath out. Release your legs. Lengthen your legs out long in front of you, just pausing here for a moment. Open your legs out. You can shake your legs. Shake your head no. And moving into the final posture of your practice here before Shavasana, taking happy baby. So draw your knees in towards your chest. You're going to lift the soles of your feet up towards the ceiling as if you're standing on the ceiling. Reach your palms to the inner arches of your feet. You're just going to gently use your hands to press down onto the soles of your feet, guiding your knees down towards the ground to the outside of your shoulders and rib cage. Really press your full spine long against the ground. Gaze up towards the ceiling. Continue to breathe into your belly and your lungs, emptying out your lungs and your belly. Feel free to gently rock side to side here. One more breath in. And breath out. Releasing down. Relaxing your legs long in front of you, coming into your final posture of your practice here. So your legs are going to open up to the width of a yoga mat, or about 45 degrees. Just let your legs flop open. Your arms are out by your sides, again about 45 degrees. Palms face up, your eyes are closed. And just do a kind of body scan here. Just notice if you're holding on, gripping anywhere in your body. Your neck, your jaw, even your face. Sometimes we crunch in between our eyebrows. Your chest, your shoulders, your belly, your hips, your thighs, your calves. Just releasing everything down with every exhale. What I like to imagine here is that I'm a bag of sand that's ripping open. The sand is just pouring out onto the ground. With every exhale, dropping deeper into the floor. And just give yourself a moment to enjoy the stillness, the quietude of this posture, soaking up all the benefits of your practice today. So often our minds are wandering, they're racing, we're going from one thing to the next. Do more, be more. Just really allow yourself to be here in the present moment. You have nothing to do, nowhere to go, but be here now. And if your mind wanders, always returning back to your breath. Really feel what it feels like to breathe in deeply and to breathe out deeply, imagining there's no tension, no force, no thoughts, just breath. Gently coming back into your body, reaching your arms overhead, big long stretch, inhale. Exhale, roll over onto the right side of your body into an extended fetal position. Drop your weight into the ground. And gently press yourselves up to a comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like for you. Just taking a moment to breathe into this seated position. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Relax your hands down onto your legs. Eyes closed. Deep breath in, sweep your arms out and up, reach up. Breath out, bring your palms together to touch, lower your hands down into heart center. And our final prayer, thought, or intention for the day here. Breathing in, I smile. Breathing out, I am grateful for each day. I vow to live deeply in each day and to look at all beings with eyes of compassion. Draw your thumbs into your forehead center. Namaste.